Hey guys, today on Guns, Bikes, and Brews, we want to know what's in your pocket. So a few weeks back, I made a video about my EDC carry and what I would put in my pocket. One of the things that was noticeably missing was a firearm. Again, I live in New Jersey and I work in New York City, so it virtually makes it impossible for me to get a concealed carry permit. So it's just kind of not an option for me. So I figured I would give I'd give everyone kind of some fun and interesting takes on if I could carry a gun, why I would carry a gun, and what gun that would be. So really, with this is just going to be for fun. Make sure you know your local and your state laws, and make sure you're following those for concealed carry. So our first firearm that I selected for concealed carry is going to be kind of our date night, our movie night gun. We're going out with our wives. We're not dressed up, maybe wearing jeans and sneakers, kind of a casual event. And for that firearm, for that gun, I'm going to choose the Glock G43 Subcompact. The Glock G43 Subcompact, it has 6-round magazine capacity plus 1 in the chamber. It does have a rather crisp trigger pull like all Glocks have. It's about 6 to 7 pounds. And the reset on that, very little bit of take up and just a straight click back. Glock's really known for being kind of the Tonka truck of all guns. Really durable, really reliable. You don't really have to worry about Glocks not functioning. You know, they've been through all sorts of, they've been tested for military and police use. Really good firearm to carry. Pretty small. It's 6.26 inches overall length. The height is 4.25 overall, and then your width, because of the way it flares out a little bit, you get 1.06 inches. So it's very small, very light. It's only 20.64 ounces, so very easy to conceal. One of the things that Glock is known for having terrible are their sights. They are just plastic sights. Because I knew that I'm not really ever going to get to carry this, I did just kind of leave them alone. If I was serious about this and I was going to use this as a concealed carry gun for daily use, I would definitely put some tritium night sights on there, just to get a little bit better sights. This gun is it is very small in the hand, and I do have pretty small hands. I can get with the pinky grip, I can get my pinky on it. What people do tend to mistake is that small guns are going to be easier to shoot. That's not really true, because what happens is with a smaller gun, it does not absorb the recoil quite as well as a larger gun. So you don't have kind of that weight in it. The Glock does have, it's a polymer frame with a steel slide. Steel is the slide does have their standard Glock finish on that. So the Glock G43 Subcompact would be my my date night, my movie night, my casual conceal firearm. All right, option 2, the special occasion. You know, maybe you're going out with your wife for kind of a formal dinner. Really fancy date night. You got a work dinner, something where you got to dress up a little bit. You know, maybe a suit and tie, maybe just, a little bit more than your casual jeans and sneakers. And that's where I'm going to introduce the Car K9. Now, this really is a great looking gun. This is by Car. It is 9mm. Again, it is a single stack 9mm. This time around, it's going to hold 7 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. So you get that added round capacity in the Car K9. It is made out of stainless steel slide and frame with this nice nickel finish to it. So this really is kind of a really nice looking gun. It's a little bit more classy. Your next tier, your next going out, kind of getting a little bit more fancy. It does have a rubber wraparound grip, which is great for purchase. What it does have that a lot of people do not like is it is a double action only trigger pull, and it is long, slow, and deliberate. Unlike a Glock, there is no reset. it goes all the way back out, and you have that long, slow, deliberate double action pull again. Oddly enough, this is slightly smaller than the Glock. If you look at it in terms of, it's only 6 inches long, so it's slightly shorter that way. It is 4.5 inches tall, so it's slightly taller that way, but it is 0.9 inches wide, so it is, again, a little bit smaller than the Glock. So it is definitely an easily concealed gun. So much so that the NYPD used to use this gun as their backup in their carry pieces, their off-duty carry pieces. This particular one actually was a former service firearm. When I purchased it, they did tell me that it was when one of a police officer retired, they did trade it in. So this was what they carried with them for their 20 years of service in the New York Police Department. The only thing I did have to replace on it was really the grips. The gun was in really great condition, for being over probably 20 years old. Really held up well. Grip just needed to be replaced because it was holstered that entire time. Hopefully for that officer's safety. Again, with this gun, it is quite a bit heavier. It is 25 ounces, so that is a good almost 4.5 ounces heavier than the Glock. But anyway, this is really a beautiful gun. I like it. This is what I'm calling our special occasion, or our fancy date night with the wife gun. So our third concealed carry option is our black tie affair gun. Say you're going out to a movie release, you're rubbing elbows with heads of states and celebrities, maybe a little tradecraft is involved. This is the gun that you want to carry. And I think just by looking at that classic shape, you know exactly what it is, the Walther Pvk. As you know, it was originally developed for World War II, but then made famous by the James Bond movie. This is the gun that James Bond carried. This particular one's a little bit different, but I'll get into that later. Basically, the Walther Pvk is similar gun. It is a single stack. It is a 308 or 9mm short, or Kurs. It does have a 7-round capacity plus 1 in the chamber. The gun's overall length is 6.1 inches. Overall height is 4.3, and your overall width is only 1 inch. So it is a very well-concealed gun. The loaded weight on this gun is 22 ounces. What the Walther Pvk does have is has a double action, single action trigger. So your first pull of the trigger is a very long 13.4 pound trigger. You saw my hand kind of shaking on that. After that, you have a single action trigger, which is much lighter. It's only 6.1 pounds, which is less than half, and really snappy. There is really no reset, because when it goes back to single action. So there's just that little bit of take up, and then it just snaps again. So again, I mentioned this gun was originally designed and used in World War II, but James Bond definitely made it probably famous around the world. One thing that I wanted, this particular gun, which is really interesting, is that this gun itself was made in West Germany. So this is a Cold War gun. So what I wanted to tell you, a little bit of difference between this gun and the one that James Bond carried was this is a Walther Pvk/S. And what the S stand for was, in 1968, there was a law that said, all firearms imported into the U.S. had to fall within a certain point range system. So what they had to do is they had to make the gun a little bit taller and a little bit longer in order for it to pass, in order for it to get all of its points together. So one of the things that they did do is they made the beaver tail back here a little bit bigger. And for people like me who have a little bit, I have small hands, but they're, I got some meat to them. It does help out with your hammer bite. Hammer's definitely kind of whacking the beaver tail. Same thing with slide bite. Really does help out with slide bite. Again, great firearm. This is the gun where if you're going to that black tie event, you don't want to be made a fool because you carried the wrong firearm. Well, you definitely can't go wrong with the classic Walther Pvk. So I hope you enjoyed my twist on concealed carry. I know it's not exactly what you probably thought it was going to be. What do you guys think about this? Would you know what you're doing, how you're dressed, would that affect how you're concealed carrying? Hopefully not. Hopefully you want to carry the gun that you shoot your best with. Make sure you are practicing with every gun that you own, so that you are capable of putting, you know, rounds downrange on target with every firearm that you do have. So before you conceal carry, make sure you know your local and state laws to make sure that you are allowed to conceal carry, and if you can, make sure you definitely do. So stay tuned for my next video. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell below for the latest updates. You can check me out on GunsBikesandBrews.com. You can follow me on Instagram at GunsBikesandBrews or on Untappd at DieselBoy973. So until next time, shoot, ride, and satisfy. As always, this is Liquid Death, not sponsored. Excellent water. Cheers.